Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got something special with me. This is probably my favorite knife. This is the Peter Rassenti Nirvana 3.0 in a full dress configuration. As usual, we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this beauty. But first of all, let's just do a quick size comparison to see how big this guy is. For example, this is up against Snafu 2.0, also from Peter Rassenti. And this is up against a Satori, also from the man himself. And also, let's see a couple of more common options. You have your PM2 right over here, and that's your PM3 right next to that. As you can see, the cutting edge is pretty, decent compared to the handle length compared to these two guys. But let's analyze the look first. So when it's closed, this is just like a beauty. I mean, it's just stunning. So this is an original design, of course, from Peter Rassenti. He's a Canadian knife maker. He's the master of integral knives. He's mastered the art of integrals, which means that he's basically taking a solid chunk of material, like in this case, Mokuti, but he's using like titanium as well. And then he's milling out everything inside. As you can see, this is just a solid billet milled out, removing material from the inside. There's no screws holding together. There's no scales. It's just a solid piece. So design-wise, it's a beauty. It's truly, truly hard to reach this level of craftsmanship, because he's a one-man show. So basically, there's only himself, like in his shop. So beautiful, beautiful work he's doing. The lines are reminding me like, I don't know, some kind of dragster, like a car, with the back, you have the engine and tapers down like this. It's just beautiful. It's like almost aerodynamic. It's, I love this line. Like, I mean, that's, not for anything. This is my favorite one. The look of this Mokuti, it's insane. Look at this. So this is not, a drawn pattern. This is actually the pattern of the layers of titanium. As you can see on the back, you see the layers, and here they reveal themselves based on the wavy pattern they have when they were welded together. So every handle is going to be unique. Every handle is going to have a different look, different pattern. It's something that you cannot reproduce twice in the same way. So that's, it's giving some uniqueness to your knife. So I really love this aspect here. You have this beautiful like bronze, gold, and blue colors, like shimmering, when you drop some gasoline or some, in a puddle, they're gonna shimmer under the reflection of the light, and it's gonna create this kind of like beauty on the surface. So it's great. These milled out grooves are resembling, to my imaginations, like a DNA helix, double helix, and they are symmetric both sides, and it's just some little detail that I appreciate very much. Of course, this is not a flipper. There's only like a the spidey hole over here. You've got your finger grooves over here, which are like beautifully designed like this. You see like 1, 2, 3, and 4 curves, and then you have this curve right here which goes down, and then you have this line over here which is come on, it's super sexy. I love really this design. There is some chamfering going on over here, but of course this is going to be a little bit sharp in the pocket. Probably it's not going to shred your pocket, but it's going to give you some pretty nice grip when holding this blade. You have some nice jimping over here, which is super functional. And this is, of course, like a frame lock. As you can see, there's no lock face insert, no stabilizer. The pocket clip serves as a lock bar stabilizer, so it's going to be hard, like, for you to, you know, push, overextend, let's say, the lock bar. The screws are interesting because he's using T15 for the pivot and T8 for the pocket clip screws. All the screws are titanium, anodized, beautifully anodized. They're not protruding. As you can see, these are flush, actually a little bit recessed. And the pivots are like just a little bit protruding, but nothing, distracting or hideous. Pivot is not captive, so it's gonna spin, but it's not a big deal because it's pretty well machined. I never experienced any need for when disassembling to use 2 screwdrivers. So also you see, like, there's a zirconium pivot collar over here, which is giving like a nice accent, and it adds, you know, some more luxury to the blade. This knife is super easy to disassemble. Basically, you just have to unscrew the pivot over here and you're done. You just, you know, pull the blade out. You gotta have like 2 bearings and that's it. So it's like under a minute job. It's a beautiful thing. It's super simple, super easy. You can maintain yourself, clean it up, lube it up, and you're gonna be good to go in like really like couple minutes. The pocket clip also is in Mokuti, so, you know, same material as the handle. It's only tip up, you know, it's not reversible. This knife is not ambidextrous, and of course there's no lanyard hole to ruin the cleanliness of this design when closed. And yeah, the blade is like 100% centered. So let's have a look at this bad boy in the open position, because it's pure design skills, like showing off. It's one of the best designs out there, in my opinion. The blade, this is like a polished Damasteel, which, you know, can reflect the light, and it's almost like a mirror polished kind of thing, but you know, being the grind hollow, it's gonna distort a little bit the image. It's not like a full flat grind, it's just like hollow, so it's gonna distort the image a little bit. As you can see, the thickness of the stock is the perfect size, the perfect thickness. It's strong enough, so it's not like super like bulky. It's tapering down like to the tip in an incredible way, guys. The tip is really thin. You can do some fine work with this blade over here. The edge profile, as you can see, it's like, you know, has a nice belly up to here, and then it's just flat down here. So just great. You've got your sharpening choil over here. There's no finger choil, as you can see in the blade, and then you've got the plunge grind, which reveals how crazy thin behind the edge this blade is. I don't know if you can appreciate, but this is insane. It's a beauty of, I mean, this guy can grind a blade 100%. I really love this one. Edge symmetry, it's spot on, like grind symmetry as well. As you can see, you know, the grind gets to the same point, to here and here and up here. So beautiful job. The jimping, guys, this is the perfect jimping. It has the right amount of let's say sharpness and smoothness, so it's very functional. It's beautiful to look at, and you know, it's I mean, I think it's just perfect. The spine has been crowned a little bit, and you have this nice wedge going on right over here. There's no fuller, of course, and there's no billboarding also on the blade, which is something that I really appreciate. He's just doing his signature over here, right under the clip, you know, in the external lock bar relief, and it's very subtle. He's hiding that underneath the clip just to be unobtrusive, and it's something that I really dig. What else? Yeah, of course, you have this beautiful opening hole right here. It's not like chamfered, for example, like you would see in the Spyderco Paisan, but it's not sharp. So that's probably the only thing that I would, improve. Just add a little bit of chamfering over here, and guys, this would be like the perfect knife for me. You've got a ceramic detent ball. There's no skeletonization over here because it would be probably impossible to do, like, due to the nature of the integral handle. All right, let's hear some noise because, oh boy, this guy can make some noise when opening. Listen to this. This sound is like sweet and rich, and it's loud, and it's like a percussive, and it's resounding because, due to the integral handle, nature being like enclosed, there's no, it doesn't have an open back construction. So the sound is kind of like trapped inside the handle, which creates like some resonance inside, like a guitar would, amplifying the sound. I mean, it's unique. This is a signature sound. You know that the Nirvana has been deployed. When you hear this, it's unique. I have no other knife making this clack. It's super sweet. It's beautiful. It's a pleasant noise. It's a pleasure to hear. When you close the blade, actually, sorry, the sound is like a little bit more muffled. You can hear a little bit, the bearings rubbing against the titanium. It's not like loud or, hideous. It's there though. And when you close the blade, you have this pretty soft clink. It's like a tinkle. And that is due to the fact that the blade right over here in this spot is hitting the stop pin, which is right there. And check it out, guys. This is the stop pin. So look at this. That's the stop pin. It's almost invisible. It's right there. It has been like, there's a hole drilled here, and he put the stop pin right there, and it's incredible. It's beautiful. And this is giving this sound like here, like very soft clink, which I truly, truly love. Let's check out some feelings when holding the knife, because there are basically no hot spots. Like when you hold it like this, no hot spots. You can choke up a little bit more like that. It's gonna be perfect. Somebody said, the jagged edges over here are gonna, be uncomfortable, but I think actually that the grip, it's gonna be very, it's gonna be affected in a positive way, because this cannot go anywhere. It's gonna give you some nice traction, especially if you're wearing gloves, man. This is not gonna go anywhere. The jimping, it's extremely functional. Like it's the right amount of sharpness and height, and it's 100% functional. I'm just not tired to repeat this aspect. It's beautiful. You can also do like a reverse grip like that, and for my hand this is like incredibly beautiful, because look at this, 4 fingers in, thumb right over there, and it's going to be perfect. You can choke it up a little bit more, so you have a couple of options over here. And the solidity, just by holding this knife, it's incredible, because of the nature of the beast being an integral. There's no moving parts in the handle, no wiggle, no play. It's going to give you like a extremely solid feel to your hand. The texture, it's smooth over here with a little bit of sharpness to this milled grooves, but it's the fit and finish is like top notch. It's guys, you have to hold this one in your hand to feel and to understand what I'm talking about. There are no gaps, like no blade play, vertical, horizontal. I mean, geometry is like just phenomenal. The clip also, it's a work of art. It has like this domed shape a little bit, and there's a nice clip ramp over here. The retention, it's very good. And if you notice over here, the end of the clip and the inside, it's a little bit further down from the lock bar relief cut over here. So it's unlikely that your pants are going to be snagged, like the pockets of your pants are going to be snagged right in that spot when you pull the knife out of your pocket. So very, very nice design as well. The feeling when you deploy the blade, it's fantastic, guys. It's fast. There's no finger sore because the spidey hole, it's just of the right size. So it's gonna fit perfectly your thumb, like the fingertip of your thumb. And boom, you can just deploy this like a boss. You can even use your middle finger to open it up. You can of course use two hands, or you can do like this with the thumb and the index. So just like this, you're deploying with two hands. So you've got some options over here, but any of those it's gonna be smooth. This is not a flipper, guys, but it's running on bearings, like the Paisan, like many other knives, but it's an uncommon configuration. Usually you find bearings on flippers, but this, it's being not a flipper and being on bearings, it's gonna give you like a extremely smooth and fast action. The detent strength is just perfectly dialed in, so it just fires open. Come on, guys, this is just a beautiful action. There's no rattling when shaking the knife. Nothing is moving. The tip at the end is pretty well recessed, so you're not going to be able to touch it, so nothing dangerous over here. And when you close the knife, also you have a nice feedback, because you see there's not really like relief for your thumb to unlock the lock bar, but you just need to just angle a little bit your thumb and you're going to be able to just unlock the lock bar pretty easily. There's no lock stick. I never experienced any lock stick with any of the Rassenti's blade I owned, because I think it's just pretty good with the geometry. So see, nothing. Beautiful. And this guy has no detent ball ramp, so you're gonna have a little bit of a step over here, to overcome this, the detent ball, and with the tangle of the blade. So you're gonna have this little effect. It's nothing like too crazy. It's actually a soft step. It's not like too hard. The blade also is like free falling as soon as you release the lock bar. It's just gonna free fall, but it's not gonna have a guillotine effect. So if I just place the knife like vertically, I need to wiggle a little bit in order for the blade to close down. So this is a beautiful thing. It's not like it's not gonna fall and chop your fingers off. You have to wiggle a little bit to place the blade in the closed position. So there's also some nice detent suction over here. Boom, like a magnetic effect. And I mean, this guy just exudes quality, and it's safe, it's solid, it's strong, it's beautiful. I mean, this is an incredible piece, guys. And if you have the chance to try it out, just do it, because you're not gonna regret it for a second. So there you have it. This was my review of the Peter Rassenti Nirvana 3.0. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.